So always fresh. Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. This is Sunday, March 22nd. Welcome to our Sunday edition of our Leadership Development Call. My name is Miriam Kareem. So happy to have everybody here so we can learn and grow our businesses and really get in the mindset to take it to the next level. Um, if you've been in the industry for a while or if you're just starting out. Have a quick trip to the newbie corner. So I don't know if some of you all follow me on Facebook, but I posted, I think it was yesterday. No, it was Friday. I posted something that just basically said that my mac and cheese was the best rated out of everybody else's mac and cheese during Ramadan. I had been cooking meals for people along with other people. So everybody like coming up to me telling me that mine was the best. And I want y'all to think about this. And I know everybody's familiar with this, so I just wanted to um, use this as an example. But if you look at mac and cheese with the cheese bubbling on the top, it looks good. Everybody's looks good. Everybody's looks good. But when you get a taste of it, does it, how does it make the person feel? Does it make them feel special? Does it make them, is it like, oh, it's just like everybody else's? Oh, it's blah, it has no flavor to it or nothing to it. But does it make them feel like they're getting the best quality? And I think that's why everybody seemed to like mine because I use a lot of quality ingredients. I used whipping cream, I used the best cheeses, I used so many other things and different steps to make it taste that presentation of the best taste. And when you think about your network marketing business, and this is just something that just popped in my head today, um, does your quality, your posture, everything leave a lasting impression, a mental photograph, if you will, of you? Does it leave a mental photograph? And you have to think about that mental photograph of you because that mental photograph could be positive in somebody else's mind or it could be negative in somebody else's mind. So when you think about your mental photograph of people will think of me, some people will now think of me as making some really good mac and cheese. But in the network marketing industry, I want my mental photograph to be one of the best in the industry they're just like, dang, she got her stuff together. That's what I would love for everybody to aim for. That's what I'm aiming for. So that's being said, I'd like to introduce you to our teacher tonight, Coach Will Sanders. He's a multiple seven-figure earner in the network marketing world, an amazing teacher, always has really great insight on how to build your business to get you to where you need to be. So, Coach Will Sanders, are you available, sir?
I am, Miriam. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. And I love that analysis so much. Coach Seymour beat me to it. That analogy was absolutely amazing. I love that. And what I will say is all I heard from what you was just saying was all I heard was you're going to be making mac and cheese in Dallas for like an invite only dinner thing I'm gonna be hosting at like a private Airbnb somewhere for top leaders and up and comers. That's all I heard you saying, that you were making mac and cheese. That's all I heard. Did I hear that right, or was my signal, my connection was bad? My signal, was my signal
I
good?
don't know. I don't know. It was some
That's what I
static there,
heard.
so I
Oh, it
don't
might have,
know.
oh man, that's what I heard. I was like, man, it sounded like she said she making mac and cheese. I was like, oh man. And
If
yeah,
y'all want
that's
me
it.
to, I will. I
Cosimo
definitely
heard it
will.
too. Look, it went to Cosimo heard it. Tanya heard it for sure. I, it ain't just me. Everybody heard the same thing. So, and happy birthday to Tiara Moore. I was so excited and so happy to be able to be in Roswell, Georgia, right outside of Atlanta, with Tiara and Coach Charlotte and Kenya and everybody else. It was so much fun just being in the same place as them and fellowshipping with them. It was absolutely incredible. I loved it. I had a blast. And just to coach and train and teach with those individuals, it was amazing. So I loved it. I appreciate y'all so much. And thank you, Coach Marcus, putting this together. And thank you all our coaches, Coach Seymour, Coach Charlotte, Miriam, everybody else for hopping on the Zoom. We've been on Zooms all weekend, just a heads up. So I'm zoomed out. So we just gonna tell some stories today. We just gonna tell some stories today. And the first story we're going to talk about a guy. And thank you. I like my background too. Real quick heads up for those of y'all who was in the music class. It was way more fun than I thought. That's why we did it 2 days in a row because it was so fun. We did the same class 2 days in a row. We made our labels, and we made music labels, and we got them registered. So everybody on there, you got a music label now, and you got music that is already on platforms distributed everywhere. And that's my logo that we came up with today. But everybody's got a logo, and the logos are lit. So what I want to see from y'all is on the next Zoom. I think tomorrow, the testimonial Zoom, y'all be on there and make y'all logos, y'all background, so people can see y'all logos because they lit. They super good. Them logos are fun. And thank you, Richard. The most informative meeting, one of the most informative meetings I've done in over 13 years was in Roswell, Georgia at that meeting. Y'all were amazing, and the information was incredible, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. It was such a powerful meeting. And I got I keep looking, I got little wolf ears now. Weird. But I like it. I like the logo too much. I'm not changing it. I love it. All right. Let's tell some stories today, y'all. Stories are where it's at. And I just want to give y'all, put some new stories in your story bank, because from a training standpoint, we was on Zooms for 6 to 8 hours yesterday, 6 to 8 hours today. We just had the no ceilings call, which was super powerful. But we're going to have some fun tonight. First story we're talking about tonight, Thomas Edison. Now, I'm not a real Thomas Edison fan like that. Let me be very clear. I'm not a Thomas Edison fan like that. He's a different type of cat, Tom Edison. But I will say this. He did invent the light bulb, the electric filament light bulb. Late nights, burnt wires, broken glass everywhere, very dangerous circumstances. He was in a dim lab. His hands were black from ash and failed attempts. Over 1,000 experiments. People in network marketing won't talk to 10 people, but 1,000 experiments. You got to keep buying stuff. Imagine how much money Thomas Edison was spending back then buying glass after filament, fuel, light. This stuff wasn't just at Walmart back then. So he invested tons of money and time and kept failing. Imagine if you were in network marketing and you were talking to people and you talked to over 1,000 people and got 1,000 no's. Just sit with that. 1,000, nah, I can't do it. No, it's a scam. No, imagine that you got 1,000 no's. He got over, I think it was like 1,009 no's, failures. Imagine getting 1,009 failures. Keep it real. Would you have quit? Now, I've gotten over 1,000 no's in my career. I didn't quit. But imagine getting 1,000 no's in a row before you got a yes. I'm not saying I would have quit, but I would have thought about it. If I'm being honest, I would have thought about it. Yeah, I would have thought about it. And then I would have said, what's my alternative? Go back to being a police and getting shot at? I don't think so. I'd rather 1,000 no's than 1,000 bullets. I'm going to just keep it a buck. So he kept pushing, and his assistants, that wasn't the end of it, just 1,000 failures. Let me tell you how bad it was. His assistants began to lose belief. Like, you ain't going to get it, bro. That's like your team questioning, who are you even, why are you even doing this? But you're not good at this. Investors, because he didn't have no money. He was spending all his time trying to create a light bulb that had never been done before in history. Investors and the people, they were questioning him. That's like your wife or your husband questioning you. Why you keep failing this network marketing business? I'm paying most of the bills, this, that, and the third. You working on this little thing, and it ain't working. People were whispering in the community, he's wasting his time. He's crazy. One person finally asked him, he said, why keep going? You failed over 1,000 times. Edison paused and he said, I haven't failed. I've found 1,000 ways that won't work. And would you believe it? On time number 1,010, the bulb worked. And in one moment, the world went from darkness to light. For the second time in history, it went from darkness to light. So the lesson there is that persistence isn't about results. Persistence is about identity. The dude wasn't a quitter. He was not a quitter. You got to ask yourself, do you have a little bit of that Edison in you? Just a little bit, not the bad part, but the good part. That type of persistence where you can take 1,009 no's in a row to change the world. And even if it's just changing your world. Okay, that's one. Number two. Harriet Tubman. Harriet. This is what a lot of people don't know about Harriet Tubman. This is what a lot of people don't understand. She was already free. I need you to think about that. Everybody knows how slavery went down and what happened and why. We're not making debates about that. It was absolutely brutal, absolutely ridiculous. And people still, if you don't study this stuff, I promise you, you have no idea how disgusting and bad it really was. As bad as you think it was a billion times worse. The only books that I believe about the transatlantic slave trade are, other than the Bible, are going to be books that I bought that were written by people who were slaves who either transcribed or learned how to write at some point. I only read books about the slave trade and slavery in America by people who were actual slaves. I don't want to hear from nobody else. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. So I know it at a deeper level. Harriet Tubman was already free. She escaped slavery alone in the dark, risking everything, but the state was risking even more than that. But here's the thing. Instead of staying safe, she went back. Wait. I need you to really put yourself in that position for 2 seconds. She escaped. She won the lottery. I'm out of here. She didn't stay safe. She went back again and 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 over a dozen times she went back and forth. Each time she went, death, period. Death would be a good thing compared to what would have happened. Betrayal was possible. They had them Samuel Jackson Django cats out there, believe it. So betrayal was possible. Walking through swamps, starving, hiding, she led other people through the fear that she had already conquered. And this is one of her quotes. She said, "I never lost a passenger. I never lost one. All you had to do was trust her and you was going to be free." You don't hear enough about her, I don't think. But that being said, real leaders go back for others. Coach Marcus could, if he wanted to. Coach Seymour could. Coach Charlotte most definitely could. I could. We could just fall back. We could just, y'all will figure it out. We got to where we wanted to go. We paying off houses, paying off cars. We good. We going to, You could. That's not a real leader. Real leaders go back. Real leaders will stay with you until you make it. We won't leave the company. You'll leave before we leave. I don't want none of y'all to leave, but it happens all the time. Happens all the time. We already made it. We made it. We coming back. We don't want you to stay in the position that you told us you don't want to be in. I don't care who sponsored you. We working with y'all. We want you to win. Just stay plugged in. Stick with us. Best way I can put it. Okay. Real leaders go back. Okay. One of my favorites. Y'all know this one. Story number 3. Michael Jordan. His airness. Now, for everybody who ever tried out for high school basketball, ever tried out, you go try out and then they put a list of who made it on a wall in the hallway like the next day. That's how it works. Michael Jordan looked and he didn't see his name. Cut. Wow. He went home, he shut the door, and he cried. True story. Read his autobiography, true story. That moment could have ended everything. Instead, because he had that dog in him, it started something. He trained harder. He wasn't even on the team. He trained harder than anybody was on the team. He showed up earlier, stayed longer. He refused to be average. And this is what he said, as widely regarded the greatest basketball player of all time, professional anyway. "I failed over and over and over again, and that is why I succeed." What's the lesson that we get from that? Rejection builds greatness if you respond right. Rejection builds greatness if you respond right. That's on you. Okay. It's a good one. Number 4. Oprah Winfrey, billionaire, by the way, billionaire. She sat in the newsroom and she was hopeful because she was in communication. She had a really, really rough upbringing, tough life circumstances. And she was in the newsroom. She was very hopeful. She's very talented. And the producers in the TV show people told Oprah, "You're not fit for TV. You're too emotional, too dark, too different, too this, too that, too overweight." They told her all of these things. And she could have changed herself. She could have did what a lot of these cats do and just, change who they are. Not Oprah Winfrey. She leaned into who she was, her authenticity. And people loved it. Women loved it. A woman who's not afraid to be who God made her to be, who she is. She ain't need 10 pounds of makeup, weave, this, that. Oprah's like, "Look, I'm Oprah Winfrey. This is what y'all getting today." And it was amazing. It was amazing. Years later, she has built, she's a billionaire, but she built a media empire based on authenticity. You do not have to water down who you are to be successful in this industry. You don't have to do that. I don't care if you're from Nebraska, Kansas, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, anywhere in between. Be who you are. You're going to become a greater version of yourself by default and just by growing and reading and learning and networking and all of that stuff. You be who you are. I think it's ridiculous that people actually like the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's the stupidest thing I can think. It's the most ridiculous thing I can conceive of. But guess what? All my Steelers, y'all keep doing it. Keep loving them bozos. You gotta be you. You gotta be you. And I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad. You gotta be you, fam. You gotta be you. And look, don't ever change. Don't ever change. I owed Coach Seymour that one, y'all. Coach Seymour got me so good. He had me when the Ravens got out the playoffs. He had an AI video of me just bust down crying, man. It was terrible. He got me so good. I've been waiting to get him, y'all. I had to get him because I don't want to talk about it. I'm gonna get emotional. It was that bad. He got me that good. He's that good. Coach Seymour is not the dude you want to be on his bad side. He's too smart. Too smart. All right. But be who you are. This is the lesson I want you to take away from that for network marketer. What they reject, whoever that is, that's probably going to be your advantage. It's probably going to be a little weird. It's okay. Be a little weird. It's all right. If that's who you are, do it. You'll be fine. Okay. Nelson Mandela. Oof, I get chills. Now, this was a tough one. This is a tough one for me personally. Concrete floor, pillow in bed. Are you retarded? Beatings, torture, starvation for 27 years. Barely got a blanket. Isolation. Couldn't talk to nobody unless they was going to beat him or throw food at him. Almost 30 years. This is 27 years of basically as close as you can get to hell. Most people would break. Mandela did not. He sharpened his mind. The only thing he had control over was his mind. He strengthened his purpose. And this is the craziest part. When he got out, he did not bring revenge. He brought leadership. What? That's what he brought. Master your mind or your environment will master you. Master your mind or your environment will master you. Okay. Number 6. I had not heard of this young lady before last year. She is a billionaire. Name is Sara Blakely. Okay, Sara Blakely. No fashion experience, no connections, $5,000. She didn't get this in from investors or some person. She saved this money. $5,000 that she saved up. And she had an idea. She cut the feet off of pantyhose, basically. I don't know what that is or why that works or why women do that. I can't think of the last time I saw a woman wearing pantyhose. I don't know. I didn't know that was a thing. I just at some point realized that pantyhose weren't a thing no more. They used to come in a little egg. And my mama would be like, give me some pantyhose from the store. And I'm like, Mama, what are you talking about? I'm a child. And I used to bring an egg with pantyhose in it, like a little egg, I guess, circle thing. Sarah Blakely cut the feet off pantyhose. I don't know what that does. Apparently that does something. People laughed. Can some of the ladies in the chat tell me what that actually does? I would love to know. People laughed. People rejected her. She got no investors for whatever it was she was doing, but she kept going. Oh, she kept going. Sarah Blakely kept going. Eventually, Spanx, which is a thing that I have no idea what that was about, but Spanx became a $1 billion brand with a $5,000 investment and a lady who had the idea to cut some stuff off pantyhose. Let's see. Miriam says they're the best thing since sliced bread. Is that what that is? Really? I didn't know that. They bumped into I didn't know. Oh, like a girl. Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. See, I didn't know any of that. Thank you, Coach Marcus. Body shaper. Got it. All right. That's the thing. Yeah. All right. Not you just said body shaper. Should have said body shaper. Should have body shaper. I know what that is. All right. Yes. All right. Now I know why she's a billionaire. Thank you. I didn't know that. All right. Billionaire. Rejected. Had to save her own money, make a lot of investments, had to bet on herself. Billionaire with a B. Okay. Here's the lesson. Simple ideas plus belief equal massive outcomes. Okay. Don't have to get complicated with it. All right. Next up. Kobe Bryant. Kobayashi. Kobe Bryant was in a playoff game as a young Laker. Pressure everywhere, by the way. I don't know if y'all remember this. I do. Y'all might not. Kobe shot. Didn't just miss. Was an air ball. Ooh. The Lakers needed him. They needed this kid to play ball. Traded Eddie Jones to get him. First round, 5th pick out of Charlotte. He needed this. And Kobe shot again. Didn't just miss. Air ball, which is crazy. I can't think of the last time I saw somebody shoot 2 air balls in the NBA, much less Kobe Bryant. Don't worry, he's good. He's a shooter. He's going to reload and shoot again. And that got to go in the next time, right? No. He didn't just miss. He shot 3 air balls in a row in the playoff game for the Los Angeles Lakers in public. I have never in my life of playing basketball at any level ever shot 3 air balls in a row. Ever. It's never happened. I would have to try so hard for that to happen. To hit no backboard, no rim, like that's terrible. But the story gets better. He shot again, and it's actually 4 air balls. Kobe Bryant, in my personal knowledge, I think holds a lot of records. One record he also holds is the most air balls in a row in a playoff game. I think that's the truth. The shot didn't get blocked. He was just missing. Now that night, because they lost, he didn't hide. He went back to the gym immediately. And he said that going 0 for 9, that means you stopped shooting. I would rather go 0 for 30. That's a different type of mentality, man. If people get 4 rejections in a row in our industry, not just 4 rejections, but I mean 4 bad no's. Mama told you no, daddy told you no, your wife told you hell no, your uncle told you no, your priest pastor told you no. If you get some airball no's and you quit, you hide, you stop working, you stop building your business, you stop helping the people that believed in you, you're not Kobe Bryant network marketer level. You got to have that Mamba mentality. You can't just get no's like Thomas Edison got 1,000 little no's, but it took a while for people started to see him. Kobe had 4 public air balls on TV, my guy, in LA. Confidence equals you're going to keep shooting. I don't care if you miss 1,000 like Einstein or you go 0 for 4 with the worst nose you can possibly imagine. Yeah. You keep shooting. You keep recruiting. You keep retailing. You keep posting. You keep attending events. You keep going. All right? Keep going. Next up, another good one, another good one, another good one. And I've had the pleasure of going to the great state of Kentucky, and I have had Kentucky Fried Chicken in the state of Kentucky. And I can tell you that the Kentucky Fried Chicken in the state of Kentucky is better than the Kentucky Fried Chicken in any other state. They take pride in it there. It is incredible. If you like fried chicken, it's amazing. I eat less of it now because Coach Troy Monroe is teaching me about eating properly. But if I'm in Kentucky, I am going to get a 2-piece with the biscuit, potato wedges, and a Coke with light ice. That is not up for debate. And baked beans, maybe mac and cheese, unless Miriam's making hers. This is one of my favorite stories because Colonel Sanders was 65 years old when he started entrepreneurship. When people retire, Colonel Sanders was ready to refire. He was ready to get fired up. His Social Security was next to nothing. He was broke, his own words, not mine. 65 years and broke. And all he had was a recipe, them dang herbs and spices. he had it. That's all he had. He drove across the country pitching it, and similar to Thomas Edison, he got over 1,000 rejections. Can you imagine being 65 when the average age of death in America, not with our team because we're healthy and aging backwards, but the average age of death was like 77. You're 65 and you're starting entrepreneurship, and it's so bad off. You literally drove. Wasn't really a lot of phones and a lot of internet. He on the road putting miles in with no money. Over 1,000 no's. And still kept going. And would you believe it? Would you believe it? One yes changed everything. And I mean, we talking about Colonel Harlan Sanders today. Never met the man. I wish I had. Age is irrelevant. One yes changed everything for him, his family, forever, and thousands and thousands and thousands of employees, thousands and thousands of farmers and chicken farmers and the people they buy the potatoes from to make potato wedges. One yes created, probably over that time, billions of dollars in employment, sales, jobs, legacy, investments, you name it. One yes changed everything. And this is the favorite thing about it. And network marketing is no different. One yes erases thousands of no's. That is a network marketing fact. One yes erases 1,000. Don't even talk about the right yes. The right yes will erase all the no's that you have ever had. That is my personal testament to you. It is the truth. Okay? But got to keep going. Can't quit. All right? We know this next guy. Steve Jobs. Gone too soon, Steve. Gone too soon, buddy. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now. Look, Lynn said he is 65. Colonel Sanders is here. Lynn, you do not look 65 at all, brother. God, dog. Lynn looks the same, if not better, than when I first met him years ago. He's been on the team long enough. He's aging backwards. Keep doing what you're doing, Hoss. Whatever you're doing, keep doing that. All right. I had no idea Lynn was 65 years old. That's crazy. It's like Troy, Lynn, Marcus, these cats just ain't aging. They just don't age. Like, why? Why? I don't understand. Y'all just don't do it. The Stones, Dr. Dorothy, we just got a lot of people just was like one day woke up and was like, I'm going to just stop aging. I'm going to just stay the same. Why? And it works. It works, Charlotte. It works. Lillian's aging backwards. Charlotte hadn't aged since she retired from the military. Our team don't age, and that's one of our biggest blessings. I love y'all so much. Y'all are amazing, by the way. Y'all amazing. Y'all are amazing. Steve Jobs. This is crazy because he built Apple. We know he built Apple. He got fired from his own company. Now, how that even happens, I don't know how or why, but he got fired from the board of directors or whatever. apparently they have the ability to fire the people who hired and picked them all, which is crazy. Just they mutiny on the bounty. Public humiliation, loss of identity. But what did he do? He rebuilt himself. He came back stronger. He went back to Apple. They begged him to come back because he was the man. He had a great package, I guess, a great like severance package. He had a great package. When they fired him, he didn't have to go work nowhere. He just worked on himself. Got his opportunity to go back, and he went back. He saved the company, and now Apple's $1 trillion company, whatever, right? We all know Apple now, but we didn't know it when he got fired. We didn't have phones back then. Steve Jobs did all of that stuff. Here's the thing. Loss and what you perceive as negatives can lead to reinvention. And sometimes reinvention is not you changing yourself. It's you weren't being your authentic self anyway. When you lose everything, you don't have to keep that fake version of you no more, and you can be the real you. So reinvention sometimes is really just you being who you were all along. And you can finally be that because there's nothing to lose. And that's when he got back into Apple and changed the world again. Okay. It's a few more. We'll wrap up a little early tonight. Rosa Parks. Miss Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks was tired. This is life. Rosa Parks was told to give up her seat on a bus. My seat. I'm tired. I was here first. Why would I give up my seat? It seems weird to us because that would never happen to us. She refused. She was like, no, I like it here. I'm comfortable and I'm tired. No, go away. Scram. She knew the risk. She knew she'd be arrested. She knew it was danger. She knew there'd be retaliation. She knew it, but that ignited a movement. It ignited a movement that we still talk about today. Okay. One of the people who was on the right side of history. One decision that you make can shift the history of millions of people. Like that. Never underestimate what you can contribute and what your role is supposed to be in impacting lives, whatever that may be. We're not in that same day and age, although some days it feels like it. However, there are other ways that you can change literally the lives of millions of people by doing something that you know is right, whatever that may be. Your market may be in network marketing, it may be in somewhere else, but when you do what you know you should do, regardless of the risk, that is when you're treading in territory that your world changer territory when there's something on the line. Speaking of something on the line, Jackie Robinson. Every game that Jackie Robinson played, insults, death threats, hate, he could not hate back. He could not fight back. He had to endure. And he kept playing. And he changed the game forever. Okay? Strength and power isn't always loud. It is consistent. Talent in network marketing in this industry, it's not always loud. It's not always, look at me, I'm the man, I got this, I do that. It's not always loud. Sometimes it is. But power in network marketing, greatest network marketing is not always loud in the way that Jackie Robinson was not loud. He was not Barry Bonds, right? Success in network marketing is not always loud. It is consistent. And that's what I want you to take away from Jackie Robinson's story is that it was consistent. It's just what it was, okay? Last one for tonight. I'll wrap it up. Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla is the man that people thought Albert Einstein was. Albert Einstein was actually not that smart, believe it or not. He was not. When you really look at it, look at the research, look at what's been disproven, but nobody talks about it. He did have one thing right. Good job. Thomas Edison got one thing right. Good job. Nikola Tesla got everything right. That is the smartest man in the history of the world, not named Jesus, that I can think of, or Solomon, is Nikola Tesla. Based on what we know now. He was in a lab lit by ideas and electricity that nobody else even knew how it worked. He was not just an inventor, he was a visionary. He imagined a world that was powered by wireless energy that was free, when most people were still figuring out basic electricity with Edison, who did steal some of Tesla's ideas, by the way. But here's the thing. Being ahead of your time comes with a cost. And similar to Edison, Nikola Tesla was a full-time scientist, inventor. He was creating things far beyond what anyone in the universe had ever seen at that time. And I read his biography as well. And I mean, the smartest person in the last 300 years, nobody's even a close second. Henry Ford, no. The guy who discovered whatever, nobody cares. Nobody's on Nikola Tesla's level. Here's the problem. He partnered with people like Thomas Edison. Edison was a shark. He partnered with investors like J.P. Morgan, shark. But when his ideas for free energy, free, no utility bill for nobody, he had invented this, already invented it. When his ideas threatened existing business models and existing ways of doing things, the funding disappeared. His greatest project, that we know of, was called the Wardenclyffe Tower. To read about this was amazing. The Wardenclyffe Tower was meant to deliver free wireless energy to the world. And because it's Nikola Tesla and everything he ever did worked, all of it, it was very, very interestingly shut down before its completion. Do you think that there are people in the world who have an interest in you spending money that you shouldn't have to spend? Do you think that those people exist? Just a thought. Imagine that. You can see the future. You've worked so hard, you can actually build it. But the world isn't ready or willing. You know how frustrating that is? And I can tell you because I read his autobiography. I read the biography how he died. He died with very, very little money in a hotel room. He didn't even own a home. Died in a little hotel room. He died largely unrecognized. But today, his ideas powered him out in the world. And in fact, if the government would come up off the technology, which they probably won't, he would be changing the world again long after his death. He was ignored, but he became a revolutionary. He was broke, but he still changed the world. The future was always there. He just saw it first. Okay. Now, here's the lesson for network marketers, and we'll close with this. Being early often looks like being wrong to ignorant people. Being involved in network marketing, when you know it is a better way than the 9 to 5, it's not up for debate. Statistically speaking, you know it's better to sponsor 2 people and help them do the same thing. And if you duplicate that, make millions of dollars, and it can happen as fast or as slow as you want. You do know in your heart that's better than working 9 to 5 or 8 to faint at a job you don't like. Now, if you like your job, you're a winner. If you're doing something you love, you're winning at life. And I will support that forever. But if you hate your job and your job hate you, and you know that this is a better way, and it's not hard. What Rosa Parks did was hard. What Harriet Tubman did was hard. We got a lot of stories tonight about people did something that was hard. Network marketing largely consists of communicating with people in any way you're comfortable. T-shirt, drop card, business card, email, text message, phone call, FaceTime, Facebook, home meeting, coffee shop, 10 different ways I just named for you. Just like that, you can talk to anybody any of those ways, plus another 10 ways, plus another 20 ways. Any way you want to talk to people, and you're going to see people every day, unless you stay in the house, and you probably still see them on social media. And all you got to do is communicate to them. Do you want an opportunity with products that work, that help you feel better, look better, smell better, sleep better, and you want to make some money on the side, or no? If the answer is no to both of these, I wish you the best. I got to keep going and talk to more people. It's not hard. Not only is it not hard, it gets easier as you go because you get better. You get smarter, you get sharper, you polish up your skills, and you become emotionally undefatigable. You can't get upset. Nothing upsets you because you've been through it all. Okay. So this business model is superior to anything else out there. For now, for the last 100 years or so, being early often looks like being wrong until the world catches up. And the world is almost there. So many people got laid off and are going to continue to get laid off with AI. They're going to keep getting laid off. Walmart made record profits. Apple made record profits. Amazon made record profits and still fired a bunch of people. Why? Not because they had to, but because they didn't need them no more. And you're seeing it every day. AI is going to replace so many jobs that you're going to have to learn AI just to have your job. Just to have your job, you have to learn it. You don't have to. You don't have a choice. And people are finally at the point where they don't have a choice. They are going to have to look at what y'all are doing at your $500 a month, your $1,000 a month, your $3,000 a month, $5,000, $10,000, whatever it is. They are finally at a point this year. It's going to happen this year and next year for sure. Next 12 to 18 months is going to be amazing for network marketers. The world is being forced to catch up. I am getting calls and Facebook messages from people around the world that I have not heard from in 5 to 10 years. They're watching you. They see what you do. They're understanding that oh no, I got a network marketing, the pyramid scheme. The job is not the pyramid scheme, and now they don't have a job. So what was really the pyramid scheme, Bobby? What was really the scheme, my bro? Because we're good. We're good on this side. We're building stuff. We know what's going on here. What was really the scheme? Because being early often looks like being wrong until the world catches up. All right. So you just got to make a decision. Are you comfortable being early? And we'll wrap with this. This is the themes you should take away from these stories. And you remember stories way more than you remember information. That's the way the brain works. All right. The law of continuation. You can write this down. You don't have to remember every story, but you probably will. The law of continuation comes down to 2 words. Don't stop. If you can use that law of continuation, number 1 rule we learned tonight, we don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Oh, I don't want to quote Puffy. He's terrible. Don't stop. Okay, there we go. Number 2, the law of identity. 3 words. Who you become. The law of identity. 3 words. Who am I? Who are you? The law of identity. I'm someone who doesn't quit. We can start there. You build your identity. Don't have time to really educate you on changing your identity, changing your state. We already did that call earlier. But you just need to know who you are. Actually, it's the question, who am I? Am I the type of person who quits, or am I the type of person who wins and pushes through and works? Am I the type of person who eats terrible? Am I the type of person who eats healthy because I respect my temple? Am I the type of person who works out consistently, or I'm the type of person who's lazy because, work out for what? Turn down for what? Okay. Third, the law of multiplication. 3 words. Impact and duplication. That's the law of multiplication. Your duplication leads to your impact far after you've gone on to be with the Lord, unless he comes back first. So just understand that. The law of continuation, don't stop. I don't stop. I don't quit. The law of identity, who are you? Really, who are you? You can answer that for yourself. I know who I am. The law of multiplication, impact and duplication. Okay. The law of continuation is just success belongs to the ones who don't quit. Kobe Bryant, 4 air balls. Thomas Edison, 1,000+ failures. Colonel Sanders, over 1,000 rejections. Michael Jordan cut from the team. That's the law of continuation. People don't fail in network marketing. They quit too early. They stop building, stop ordering, stop attending, stop posting, stop following up, stop inviting. They just stop. They quit everything that works. Everyone in network marketing wins eventually if they don't lose, take it to the bank. If they don't leave or die, they win. Guaranteed. Sometimes you check out a little early. We don't want that. Everyone wins eventually if they don't leave. Okay. The system works. We know that. The pay plan works. We know that. The products work. We know that. The question is, will you still be here long enough? That's the question, which leads us to the next one, the law of identity. Income follows who you become. I know who I am. Do you know who you are? Oprah knows who she is. She got rejected, but she stayed herself. Steve Jobs got fired. He became his real self that he always was. Sarah Blakely was unknown, became a billionaire. She stayed true to what she knew was going on. Nikola Tesla, misunderstood, but was a visionary. Income follows who you become. Impact follows who you become. Who you become is who you are. Okay. In network marketing, you don't build the business first. You become the person who can build the business. Then you build the business. That's solid gold. That is solid gold. You don't get paid for effort. You get paid for identity. Let that land. Okay. If you still think like an employee or a doubter or a beginner, or I don't know if I'm in or out, you'll recreate employee, doubter, beginner results for your whole career. Last one, the law of multiplication. Your impact determines your income, but multiplication and duplication equals your impact. Okay. Harriet Tubman, the reason we're still talking about her is because she freed others. She multiplied her results and impacted generations of so many people. Nelson Mandela, he led a nation. That is impact. Rosa Parks sparked a movement with one decision. That's impact. Jackie Robinson changed the system. That's impact. You don't get rich from you. You get rich from how many people you help win. You don't get rich from you. You get rich from how many people you help win. You don't build income, you build people. We talk about it all the time. I told somebody yesterday, top earner with another company. We're not in the health and wellness business like you think. We're in the people business. Our real product is people. We build people, people build the business, but you start by building yourself, being on calls like this and learning information. Proud of you, by the way. You teach others, you duplicate systems, you build leaders. That's where the money is, okay? Last line for anything. You can write these 3 words down and we're done with the call. Thank y'all for attending. I appreciate it. We'll see y'all tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Stay, S-T-A-Y, stay, like stay here, stay plugged in, get it figured out, stay, period. Become, period. You have to change your identity and become the type of person that makes the money you want to make every month. You do have to become that person at some point. If I was making X amount per month, would I do this? Would I go to sleep? Would I do some calls? Would I read a book? Would I get some scripts and text some people and try to stay, become, multiply. Once you start getting it figured out, teach it. You can't teach it unless you know it and you do it. But once you start getting some results, time to start teaching your team. And that's going to get you to another level. Stay, become, and multiply. All right. That's real talk. It's real talk. All right. So we're out of here a little early tonight. Thank goodness. Appreciate that. Glad everybody tuned in. Thank you, Coach Marcus. Yep. Joe McCord. Love Joe McCord. Joe McCord is one of the best doctors in the history of medicine. I love that dude. Absolutely love that dude. Okay. Woz was the secret sauce, wasn't he, Rick? Old Steve. Old Wozniak. All right. Appreciate y'all. We will catch y'all on tomorrow. Anybody got any questions about anything at all? Who's all coming to Dallas, Texas? Who's all coming to Dallas, Texas in August? Let me see. Who is coming to Dallas, Texas? Y'all in for a treat. Y'all in for a treat. You're in for a treat. I can't even hype it up. Y'all just be in the place. Best advice I got. Gina Wilson, come on down. Yep, I know, Rick. He sure didn't. That's the game, buddy. That's the game, man. That's the game. The Wagners. All right. Yes, tickets are still for sale. I have no idea how or why, but we do have some $50 tickets left. If you want to join us in person, feel free. And I said this on an earlier call. We got some stuff happening with HBN and Go to Sana that is so big. I cannot tell you about it unless you're in a very, very small, tight little baby leadership circle. It is going to be the wildest year, and I'm not saying this just to say it. It is going to be the wildest year for HMN and Godasana in the history of either company. It is this year guaranteed. Guaranteed, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It is the wildest year. What is that, Sean? Body Beat Max? Oh, yeah, they just changed some labeling marketing. That stuff's cool. I like it. It looks really cool. But no, it is going to be the wildest year for these companies in the history of either company before any of us even got here. You are going to see some things this year all across the board. Some things in particular I'm thinking about. I just can't say it yet. Please stay plugged in. Please keep on these calls so when we get information, we can trickle it down. It is going to be absolutely phenomenal. The absolute best year in a positive way for HMN and Godasana that has ever been in the history of either company. That I can guarantee. Can't guarantee much. I can guarantee you that. So if you stay plugged in, you're going to see it. Just trust your boy. All right. Trust your boy. Trust your boy. So, all right. So have a good night. Love y'all so much. We'll catch y'all tomorrow, 7:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. And yeah, Jessica, I think they changed a bunch of different bag designs and stuff. I love the marketing. They can switch it up and do what they need to do. As long as the products stay great, I have no issues with any of it. It absolutely makes it easier to promote. All right. Have a good night. Thank you, Coach Marcus. Thank you, Miriam. We'll see you tomorrow.